Hey everyone, and welcome back to Happy Hour with HR, a podcast about navigating corporate spaces without compromising your wellness. I'm your host, DrMoe, and in this episode, or in this video, I'm going to be talking about PTO and vacationing. Now, I'm not going to be talking about how to submit your PTO, but what I am going to be talking about is more so reminding people that when they are submitting their PTO, when they are thinking about vacationing, to be very intentional about how they want their vacationing to be a reflection of their wellness. And I say that because I recently went on vacation with my partner's family, and I'm the type of person that likes to just be. I'm not a very experience oriented type of person. I would say I used to be, like, maybe when I was younger, but even then it's not as strong as maybe some people in my life, in which they are very intentional about, like, we have to have a certain type of experience. I'm not like that. You could just put me in a new place, you know, just being able to walk around, see different things, maybe even talk to some people. That's at most, like, a good experience for me. Like, I think I get what I'm saying, but I'm not like just so heavy on, we have to try this new thing, we have to do this, we have to do that. No, I'm just all about, let's just be. So I'm on this vacation, and I'm realizing that vacationing can be very stressful. Like, I was already aware of that to a certain extent. But because I haven't been on a vacation in a while, so I'm going to be moving back and forth. But because I haven't been on a vacation in a while, I was not, I forgot of how stressful vacationing can be. From trying to coordinate different things with, if you're going as a group of other people, so trying to coordinate different activities, or like even dinner, lunch, breakfast with them, to the logistics of getting to where your vacationing spot is, to budgeting correctly for it. There's so many components to vacationing that makes it less of a vacation and more of a stressful time to have fun. And for me, being stressed about having fun and relaxing seems, I don't know, counterproductive. And so I was just realizing that on this vacation. And then what I also realized too on this vacation is that sometimes we can find ourselves being stuck doing the same thing that we would do if we weren't on vacation. So it's like, you, again, going back to that first point I was saying, you have to ask yourself, who am I? Like, what do I like? Who am I? And what is the purpose of this vacation? And how does this vacation reflect what wellness looks like for me at this moment in time? Now, you might go on a vacation in which wellness look like for you getting drunk every night, having fun, partying, just being the opposite of however you show up in your day to day. That might be what wellness looks like to you. Or wellness can look like to you connecting with nature. Or wellness can look like to you being highly intentional about connecting with the people in the group that you came on vacation with. You know, so it can change. But I guess the main point that I'm saying is that be intentional when you go on vacation. Because one thing I think that we get caught up in doing is we get caught up in the idea of going to a different place. Being caught up in the idea of going to a different place without being intentional about how you want to be in that place, again, can make the vacation seem like stressful fun. And again, that seems counterproductive. So, yeah, just be intentional about be intentional about about how you want this vacation to rejuvenate you when you submit your PTO. Another thing too that I noticed and that I wanted to bring up in this realm of conversation is that because vacationing, doing out of town vacations, can be very stressful because of that, I think that we need to really highly consider doing more staycations. Staycations can seem like, I don't know, they can seem very unappealing because we get so caught up in the hype of um, going out of town or going like out of the country. Let me see what's the best lighting. Going out of town or going out of the country, we get so hyped up about that we kind of sleep on staycations. Now, to me, the point in my life that I'm at is that I want to be able to just be, you know, and I want to be able, and just being to me is, I don't want to put on any unnecessary stress. And a staycation seems like a way to de-stress, and like date the city that I'm in. Like, I think that, and like, this is the thing, like when you're in a new city for the first time, everything is obviously is going to be a new experience. And so, for example, when I moved to DC when I was 25, yeah, when I moved to DC when I was 25, I was like, oh man, I'm going to see this thing, I'm going to experience this thing, I'm going to experience this thing. You start to, it's as if you romanticize the city. And like, again, you're going on a date with the city because everything is new, everything is fresh. And then after a while, after a year or two, you like, oh, that's that same shit. That's just that same shit. I don't care about that. That's just that same shit. But I think that when you are working all the time in whatever space you're in, you have that's that same shit mentality when you shouldn't. Like, you're putting time, effort, energy, however you want to refer to it, you're putting all of that into in this city because you're working and because you're trying to make a living for yourself and you just want to take care of yourself. So why can't you also take care of yourself, like work in the city or wherever you're working, with the mindset of taking care of yourself, but why can't you also enjoy where you are living? Like, you're literally working so hard to be there. Why can't you also, in a way, work hard to enjoy the space that you're in? And so, again, staycations might be the way. And a couple reasons as to why I think staycations are amazing is because, one, you don't have to think too much about the logistics of like how you gonna get there. You already there. Hi-oh. Number two, I'll say number two, it it allows you again to date your city. It allows you to, I don't want to say fall in love because that's just so like, you know, but it allows you to just kind of experience what other people are experiencing. Like, you have people traveling from across the country, across the world to visit your city, and you don't even appreciate what's in front of you. Now, one reason why you may not appreciate what's in front of you is because, you know, it's not that big of a deal, you know. That's one reason. But another reason why you may not appreciate what's in front of you is because you are so driven with just going to work, maybe spending time with family and friends, maybe picking up the kids from school, that you don't recognize the beautiful trees and the beautiful flowers that are growing in your city. You don't recognize that you might have some amazing Michelin star restaurants in your city. You might not realize that you are living in a city that has amazing state parks or national parks. You may not realize that you're living in a city with an amazing comedy club. Like, you sleeping on your city. Um, and it's understandable as to why, because again, it's like I've seen these things before. It's not anything new. Um, but you haven't seen everything in your city. And if you have, then maybe a staycation ain't for you. But if you haven't, try dating your city. Like, just really try going to different areas, different parts. Maybe go to a country part of if it's not even your city, maybe your state. Like, I'm from Georgia. I grew up in the metro Atlanta area all of my life. But when I go outside of Georgia, let's go to North Georgia, let's go to Dahlonega, I am amazed by the mountains that I see. When I go to like South Georgia, like going towards Valdosta or Barnesville, I'm amazed by like the different farms that are out there. Like, you tell me that I can literally go and pick fresh fruit. That's cute. That's amazing. I like that. And so that's what I'm saying. It's like, don't sleep on the city, on the state that you're in, because you are caught up in this hype of, ooh, we about to stamp our passport. Ooh, we about to da-da-da. Now, again, depending on where you're at and how you want your vacation to be a reflection of your wellness, then get that passport stamped. I'm not hating on that. And I'm not hating on people like wanting to go out of town, go out of the country, to go on vacation. But what I am saying is that, one, your vacation should not be stressing you out. Your vacation should be rejuvenating your soul. Two, allow your vacation to be a reflection of what you want rejuvenation to look like for you at that moment in time. So don't necessarily get caught up in where you're going, but get caught up in the experience that you want to have. And the third thing I want to say is this: don't sleep on staycations. Like, staycations can be an amazing way for you to rejuvenate your soul, save a little money, depending on what you're trying to do. Maybe you might be spending more money, okay? But save a little money and not get caught up in the everyday, day-to-day thing that you would do if you wasn't on vacation. That we sometimes get caught up in that day-to-day trap when we go on vacation. So we'll go food shopping like we're going food shopping at home because we want to cook on vacation to save money. Or we might be on our phone on vacation because, for whatever reason, like on social media, and therefore just doing the same thing that we'll be doing if we was just at home. So I'm just saying, when you go on vacation, when you put in your PTO, think about the experience that you want to have and allow it to pour into what wellness looks like for you at that moment in time, and what you need to get yourself back rejuvenated to show up for work, to show up for life, even better than before you went on vacation. So that's about it for me, y'all. Thank you all for watching. Happy Hour HR, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.